How's it going, everyone? Kayne, let's take it here. Welcome back to episode of Kayne's Vlogs. There's another gaming one. I got a load of new games in my collection. Went to the retro store yesterday, and I actually decided to buy some games on eBay as well that I could, if I couldn't find, and I really have been hunting for. I thought I'll pick it up and get it into my collection rather than just sort of winging it at retro stores. And I was actually thinking of making this a main series, but I might keep it under Kayne's Vlogs for now. So basically it's going to be, so you see my vlogs, it's all sort of random things. I did some opening up Treasure X hunting series. I've been, some vlogs I'll just be talking about certain things and all that stuff. But this one it's going to be, so you got episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I mean, they're going to be further apart from each other, but they're going to be classed as one sort of series, just for now, to see how I go. And if I'm pretty confident making it another series, to my list of other series, I will. But see, I was really happy with the last couple of videos I did, just talking about some retro stuff. I'm out of that sort of blank spot now where I was like, I really don't enjoy games today. Because I'm going to show you right now in this poll, I've got some games and completed some games that were released just a few months ago. So I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to get in, and I've got something really cool to show off at the end, so let's get to it. Alright, what I'm going to show off first, this is really going to help me out with a lot of classic games that I've been picking up, and with this thing that I'm going to save till the end. It's really going to help me out to try and capture footage. I ended up buying a Retro Team 2X Pro, and I am pretty happy with how it looks. I did some test videos on games that I knew that I was struggling with to capture footage for, because my biggest problem was a lot of the games that I was using with my old like $20 capture converter, if the game was really dark, it did not agree with it. So if you'd see, so can you see an example? So look there, right? So you can kind of, it's wrestling figures that some have fallen against each other that I've never fixed to this day. But you can clearly see something there. But with that converter, it would just be black. It just doesn't, for some reason, can't capture what is in that darkness for some reason. So those games that I was struggling with, I tested with this thing. It looks perfect. But at the moment, I can't record anything because I finally worked out what my biggest problem was. I'm still using Elgato HD60. For some reason, it can't pass through to 60 frames per second. It can only do like 30 to 50. And I know it's not all about the frames per second, but when you're trying to capture the footage, it looks really sluggish and really jumpy, if you know what I mean. Whereas if it was 60 FPS, it'd be smooth and clean. And I think I finally realised that that's because I'm really using a really old Elgato. So I'm in the process of getting an updated one to hopefully solve that issue and put this to use and start playing, some games on older consoles like my PS2. PS3, I just realised today, I thought this would be really handy for, so I don't have to use my old Elgato to capture PS3 footage. I can use, because I've got some component cables coming that do PS2 and PS3, so I really look forward to it. I hope it all works there, and hopefully it hasn't gone down the drain buying this thing, because this, for someone in Australia, be prepared, you're going to pay a bit of money. In the end, I think it was about $250. So, but I thought to myself, it's time to start spending a bit of money on, if I want to play these old games, I can't keep complaining about the quality if I'm using a cheap converter. So I thought, we'll give this a go. So far it looks good on my TV, just not when capturing. Still working on it. I look forward to hopefully solving that issue. Alrighty, on to the games. Now, see, I was just showing off my new games before that I got in the collection, but I'm also going to start showing games that I've completed, because I think what I really want to do is start talking about games. See, I know I've got Kayne Talks games, but that's me just really talking about one particular game and the history behind it, of how I played it and all that kind of stuff. See, I don't really talk about games that I've completed, and I'm going to do that as a part of this series. So I'll talk about the games I completed first, and then I'll do the games that I now have in my collection. And to start things off, I finally completed Stranded Sailors, Explorers of the Cursed Islands. See, I did this for Game Easy last year, and I was recording it, but then I hit a bit of a roadblock where it got really repetitive. Yeah, so I thought all these people were being sort of rude and obnoxious about the game because it looks great, it looks pretty, and the idea, you got to gather resources, you got to explore these islands and, do objectives. But I kind of understood in the end, it just gets really repetitive. So you start the day, make some food, grow your crops, blah blah blah, right? Just go to this one island, look for something, go back to camp, talk to everyone, make more food, go to the island again, come back after you found it, and yeah, I stopped the recording in the end because it just got, like I said, really repetitive, and I just thought, what, I'll just play it in my own time, and yeah, I got through it, and I did like the ending. We all sailed away, and at the end of the day, the game is beautiful, really great, but just be prepared. What you do at the beginning, you're going to be doing through the whole game. It's not like I hate to compare it, it's not like Minecraft where, I want to build a house. Now I want to build a farm. Now I want to go mine in a dungeon. The main objective is pretty much the same objective through the whole game, so yeah. At the end of the day, it was fun. I did enjoy it. Alrighty, I'm so glad I did a playthrough of this game. It's one of my all-time favourites on the second gen, I want to say, Xbox and PS2. The Punisher, yeah, just done a full playthrough. I'm probably not going to be editing it for a while because I'm still editing things from like recording last year. But yeah, I was so happy that the Xbox 360 was allowed, was able to run this. But that was before I got the retro tin, because now I can play that on an original Xbox. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I was just happy to finally play it, and it's such a great game. I recommend it. Alrighty, in the first episode of my sort of gaming, vlogs, completed Splinter Cell. Such a great game. I just did a Kayne Talks Games episode on it, and holy shit, was it tough, but goddamn was it satisfying when I finally completed it, and I can't wait to start the second one. And yeah, I'm so happy I ended up picking it up and finally playing it. Ooh, another game where I thought, fuck this, I'm done, I don't want to play it anymore. I got myself back into it, and I ended up finishing it, and it was quite sad because I wasn't that far from, the end. I was like an hour or an hour and a half from the ending, and yeah, I finally completed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. The problem with this game for me, I ruined it for myself. I was going out of my way to try and find all the collectibles, try and get all these things, and I couldn't do it until I did a story mission, so I ruined it for myself, so I was the idiot. And at the end of the day, it was a pretty fun game, and that ending with Darth Vader, I was getting goosebumps. We're talking to what's her name, and it's like, it's not too late, and then all of a sudden, it's like, you're fucked. Alright, I don't know how I should really class this, because I did an unboxing for it, so technically, everyone knows it's in my collection, but I completed Final Fantasy VII Remake. Funny enough, this was the reason I found the retro store, because I was not happy with how this game was, being so cinematic rather than gameplay, and I thought to myself, you know what, I think the problem was trying to record it. I didn't need to record it, so I ended up playing it, offline, and I was so much happier doing it that way, and got through it, and I still ended up uploading like the first session and then the end session, just to say that I did some recordings for it, because at the end of the day, I really loved the game. I just wish it was a bit more focused on the game rather than the cinematic kind of thing, and yeah, at least I can say I finally beat it. Like I said, it's just funny because that was the reason I sort of had my sort of roadblock with video games, and now I've come full circle and I'm playing those games again, which I'm happy. I really am happy that, I've just said, like, just admit it. The reason you're getting frustrated is you're trying to record it rather than play it. So you don't have to record it, just play the damn game, and I'm glad I sort of broke through that barrier. Okay, what I will do, because there's a few, I think, actually there might just be one game on there. It's brand new, but I've actually finished it, so I'll do that one first, and then sort of, work through the pile. Alrighty, first things first. Marvel's Avengers. Yeah, it's a new game in my collection, but I actually just finished it yesterday, and I had a good time with it. I thought it was really good. Bear in mind there was a lot of issues with it. I do agree with some of the comments. I saw a lot of graphical bugs, especially in the final session. The gear system was sort of dumb, if I can be sort of, straightforward with that. I felt like the gear system was really not anything special. I feel like it didn't really offer anything for me in the game, but I like the characters, I like the story, I thought it was really good, and yeah, at the end of the day, I did enjoy it, and it's just, I did a full playthrough on it, let's put it that way. I actually did a full playthrough, and I was happy I did. It was, I had a good time with it. Alrighty, I think that's it for the completed stuff, so I'll just get on to the, the new games that add to the collection that I'll possibly play or record in the future. I should have started with this first. I actually forgot about this game in my last episode. I actually picked this up as well. It's Spider-Man for PS4. Picked it up for $30. Yeah, like I said, I actually picked this up in the last video, but my dad was playing it because he's seen it in my in the pile that when I walked in the door. And he's like, "Oh, you got Spider-Man? Can I play it?" And I went, "Sure." So yeah, that was completely forgot. I don't know why I did. Okay, next up, I actually got the really cool collector's edition. I really am happy with it. I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Still going through it. I've actually decided not to record it. I did the first session, which I'll make as game easy. But yeah, it's a really hard game to record as a playthrough because it's going to be heavily cut up when I do it. Tony Hawk's Underground, I believe, would be a better game to do a playthrough on, whereas this, it's really hard. I think it would be better doing the multiplayer as a recording, see if you can... Is there multiplayer? I'm sure there... Yeah, of course there is, duh. And, yeah, I'm actually having a really good time with it. See, I'd never played the first one, but the second one, like the original, was such a, a fun game for me and Luke back in... And our sister, she loved it as well. Like, she got it for Luke for Christmas, and it's like, oh, I want to play too. So, yeah, really awesome. Glad to have it in the collection. Alrighty, this one was from eBay, it wasn't from the retro store. I decided to pick it up, finally, because I had played this years and years ago, but I never got around to picking it up, unfortunately, but now I have it in the collection. I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. It's a really good game. I really recommend this one. It's not a, dueling game, if you know what I mean, like cards. I don't think it's the same thing as the Capsule arc in the anime, sorry, itchy head. I haven't got nits, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I don't think it's the same sort of premise, but it's capsules. It's more like a tactics game. You're on this field, you got your unit, like your main sort of your character, so if it gets attacked you lose the game kind of thing, and then around you got your capsules that are your monsters, and you're basically trying to travel through the field to attack the enemy and try and win the game. And I just remember having a really good time with it, but I got stuck with one person and I couldn't beat them. But yeah, I'm just happy I got it in the collection now. I'll be happy to do a recording at one point. Now they've got the retro tink, I'm going to use my PS2 without any issues hopefully soon. And I just remember this being a really good game, along with there was a time when Yu-Gi-Oh! Sort of went out of its boundaries. Duelist of the Roses was a really good game. There was one on the GameCube that Luke has, but I never picked up, and it's really rare to find now. I'm really struggling to sort of find it, cheapish, if you know what I mean. It's right up there with the budget. And what else? Dungeon Dice Monsters is another great sort of spin-off from the series, and yeah, I'm really happy to have it. And I tell you what, I should also mention, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, you always got some cards with them. It's still sealed. The guy never opened them. And I thought, oh, holy shit, I'm never going to open them. So, yeah, that was a nice sort of, bonus. I couldn't believe it. So I'll get that shut so I don't lose them. And I'm just being honest, I wish I hadn't done that with Dawn of Destiny, because I got 2 packs of the cards and I opened both to use the cards when I was dueling and I wrecked them. I wish I hadn't. But moving on, yeah, too long now. It's just such a good game for me that I was so excited to show. Alright, let's switch some love. I picked up the Ring Fit Adventure, and I got, it's like comes in the box, you get the steering wheel looking thing. This is really good. I'm having such a good time with this. It's really good, it's exercise. I mean, I'm a little bit overweight, kind of thing. But, holy crap, I really am happy with this. I'm happy with that sort of, thing that you're using to sort of really work out, and I don't feel stressed when I'm playing this game. I mean, I bought the Kinects for the Xbox to try and do some exercise, and it was just so daunting to get set up and everything. And what I hated is, like, if you're out of screen by, like, you know, a couple of frames, it's like, oh, you've left the room, bye-bye, quit. This one, no, it waits for you. The way they've sort of programmed it is so good. I'm up to, I think, level 20. I'm up to world 3, almost finished up, and yeah, I'm playing this for 10 minutes and I'm working up a sweat and I feel really good after. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm glad I picked it up. I thought, oh, is it going to be another one of them kind of things that I get and doesn't work out in the end? But no, I'm sticking strong. Bear in mind, I haven't done every single day, especially, you know, after a split weekend. But yeah, just for 10 minutes when I'm, you know, I normally do it before a recording to sort of, you know, wake myself up, get the body sort of pumped up, and yeah, really good. I'm happy I picked it up in the end and glad I got the money's worth for it. I tell you what, I find that I'm doing that more than my normal routine. Normally what I'd do, especially like try and do it in the morning before work, I'd go on like a, what is it? It's like not a CrossFit. It's like a walker, if you know what I mean, with a bike. You're up and you're moving while I'm watching, you know, some wrestling like the WWE Network, and then after that I do a bit of, you know, weightlifting, squats, push-ups, sit-ups, and some days it's like it's just so you know, just because it's an hour, I do an hour of it, and then, you know, sometimes the day gets a bit busy and then I get home from work and it's like, oh, what a day. The last thing I want to do is exercise, and it happens. You know, you get to that stage where it's like, oh no, I don't feel like it today. I'm a bit beat up. But that Ring Fit Adventure, because it's a video game, and bear in mind it is a good video game, it's like, oh, I'm excited, I'm playing a video game. Yeah, I'm playing a video game and I'm exercising at the same time. So yeah, I mean, I come home after a stressful day at work and it's like, oh, let's boot it up. Come on, time to, you know, get some running on. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough to give it a go. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, I'm noticing, you know, how do I put it? You know, how healthy I feel, and I'm starting to feel a bit, it's sort of weird, you know, like my shirts are starting to feel a little bit looser, and I think that's because of the sort of cardio side of it, and my legs are starting to feel a bit better now, instead of sort of, you know, straining on a machine all the time. And yeah, that's enough of that. On to the next one. Like I said, it's such a great thing. Now we'll end it there. Man, this was such a good time because I just did a playthrough of the first Super Mario Brothers, and then Switch and Nintendo released the 3D All-Stars, because I've always wanted to play Super Mario 64, but I wasn't too comfortable with the Wii U. Was it on the Wii U? I can't remember. I didn't feel comfortable, you know, with the, you know, the Wii pad. So I got the controller and I just thought, I don't know if I really want to do it in the end or commit, but this is great. And I also get, you know, Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy, so that's going to be hopefully playthrough sometime in the future. Okay, this is the last one that I went out of my way. It didn't come from the retro store. I won this at an auction and I think I got it for $15. I was pretty shocked. I thought, oh, it sounds dodgy, maybe this thing isn't legit, but I tested it, it runs fine, and I'm hoping to do a playthrough soon. I picked up the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy. Yeah, I'm shocked that I won. See, the offer I think was like $10, and I thought, I'll whack 15. I'm not going to go out of my way. I'm not going to, you know, chuck in, you know, so much just to, you know, get one game. And I won it. I thought, oh, holy shit. So yeah, I got that, you know, $15, not bad. And I've seen some videos on it and it looks really fun. And see, I know there's that Pokemon trading card game sort of app thing on, you know, online, but I sort of want a story one, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm playing through the game, facing people and getting new cards for my deck. So yeah, I really look forward to, you know, getting a playthrough done on that one. Okay, I think this is all the retro store now. Alright, let's get to it. Alrighty, first up, see, I remember playing this game. Ooh, I think it may have been 2002. A mate brought it over and I just remember playing it all night because he decided to let me borrow it, and then he borrowed one of my games, and yeah, it was surprisingly fun for what it was. And yeah, that's Legends of Wrestling #1. And oh, rest in peace, Road Warrior Animal. Holy shit, I can't believe it. Yeah, oh, so sad. But yeah, I've actually got the second game, and I didn't really sort of enjoy that. I didn't like the unlockable side of that game. But yeah, I remember this one I had a really good time with, and I was RVD. I went through most of the story mode with RVD, and yeah, hopefully, might do an episode of Game Easy on it, just to see how I go. And I do know it's not everyone's cup of tea, this series, but I thought it was good. I quite enjoyed it. Alrighty, this was a random one. I just seen it. I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's grab it. I loved the series when it first started. I never missed an episode, but then I didn't like where it went, and then the ending was really shit. I picked up Lost, the video game for Xbox 360. I have no idea, how the game is. I've never seen a video about this game. Like those, top 10 games that you didn't know was based on a TV show, blah, blah, all that kind of thing. I've never seen any gameplay of it. I was like, you know what? What the hell? Let's give it a go. I might do a Game Easy on it and see how it is. You never know. It might be like a Wolverine Origins where the movie was sort of meh, but the game was, ooh. Alright, I got another random one. I just seen it. I thought, you know what? I'll see how it is. And if I don't like it, it wasn't like a huge, knock to my wallet. I got Shadowrun. It just, like I said, it jumped out. You see these kind of games you've never heard of before, and you just take a gamble on it, and it could be really good. You never know. So I look forward to jumping in and seeing how that one is. And is it based on Shadow? Is it the I can't remember what that series was. It was like that. It's almost like Syndicate. Is it the right one, Shadowrun? I'm thinking of. I never really thought to look it up. Alrighty, another one based off a TV show. I got the Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Now, I've actually got this on PS3. I remember picking it up on, release day. I was so excited for it. I was a big fan of The Walking Dead back in those days. I still am. I'm still getting through the seasons. I'm just chipping away at it. I mean, I know it's sort of gone a little bit down, but I loved this game. I played through it all night. I picked it up, went through the whole game and got all the achievements and the trophies, because I got it on PS3. And I thought I would pick it up on 360 because I really want to do another playthrough on it. I remember doing an episode for Halloween with Luke, and yeah, I just remember being really fun, and I enjoyed it. Oh man, there it is. Holy shit. I don't know why every time I I think it's because air just keeps going in and I'm not breathing. And yeah, this got a lot of panning, this game did. But it's one of those games that, I liked it for what it was. I think what I liked the most, it was sort of, it was level based rather than open world. So I think, if I remember, the main objective is you got to get to the heliport or this evacuation site, but along the way you're travelling through, I forgot the setting that they're in. Shit. Atlanta? No. I can't remember. It's like, you're travelling, your car's run out of gas, now you got to try and find, you drop by a petrol station and you got to try and avoid the walkers and get petrol, try and not use a gun because then it tracks everything. So yeah, I thought it was alright for what it was, and I look forward to sort of, hopefully, jumping into it eventually, and hopefully it's still as good as I remember anyway. Alright, this one was good memories for me. I'm probably going to have to do a Kayne Talks Games at one point. I picked up the Terminator Dawn of Fate. This was really good from what I can remember. I think it came out in 2003 or 2000. It may have been 2003, yeah. It's one of the better Terminator games from what I can remember, because me and Luke and our dad played through it all night, completed it, and it was just funny because he hired it and me and Luke are playing it, great game, he's playing it, and it's like our mum's like, it's a school night. Why, the boys should be in bed. Get to bed. There's like, but Terminator. They're not going to bed, they're playing Terminator. It's like, it's a school night. Terminator. Who cares about school? Terminator. So Mum's like, alright. So she starts watching, let's go through Terminator. It was really fun. I mean, I know we should have gone to school, but Terminator. Tell you what, I'm on the hunt for the newest one. I feel like it shouldn't be worth $100 from what I remember it's charged, but a lot of reviews are saying it's the Terminator game that everyone wanted, that's sort of following the movies, and so hopefully I'll get that soon, but I'm not going to pay full price at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's $100, so I'm not going to guide them away just yet. Alrighty, so last but certainly not least, I got Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I remember playing this on the PC when it first released, I think back in 2000, maybe in 2001, I can't remember. But I remember going through it, but I got stuck at the graveyard or whatever it was. You're in some tomb, and it's like the zombies wouldn't die, and I couldn't figure out what to do. So I just thought, meow, do away with it. And I haven't played any of the newer Wolfenstein games. I never really sort of went towards them. And yeah, I thought I've seen it. I thought I really want to try and do that now. I thought I'd start off with Return to Castle Wolfenstein, because I do remember playing it and having a good time with it. And I'm trying to get Doom 3D. I think that would be one game I really want to play. It's just a shame it's like Doom and all that are getting re-released, like Doom 1 and 2, but not Wolfenstein 3D. I think it'd be really cool. Alright everyone, it's time for the big one. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. In the last video, I actually saw it in the shop, but it wasn't for sale because it was being refurbished. It wasn't working, so I thought, damn it, I really want it. And by the chance, that they get it fixed, someone's already going to buy it, and I'm going to miss out. But yesterday, it was on shelf. It was for sale. I have a see-through Xbox original console, and I'm so happy to have it, especially now that I've got the Retro Tink to play all my classic games. Hopefully when I get the Elgato, that actually hopefully works out in the end. I can now play all my original Xbox games without relying on the Xbox 360, because there is a lot that aren't supported, and now it just opens up my library to start doing more playthroughs on classic consoles, and it just looks so gorgeous. I'm such a sucker for see-through controllers, consoles, and I tell you what, our other Xbox, because Luke's got that one, and I thought, what, I don't want to just keep swapping it back and forth. I'd love to have my own. I have my own. Technically I still partly own the other one, but Luke's using the original Xbox. I keep saying original, but I should be like the original. But an original Xbox. It's the Halo edition, where it's the see-through green, see-through controller. Oh, that reminds me. See, they didn't have the controller for this one, unfortunately, but I'm alright with that. I'm happy with the see-through console, because I'm not going to preserve it. I'm going to use it. I want to, I didn't buy it just to put on shelf and not play it. I thought, it's really cool and I want it. Yeah, we got also the green one, and funny enough, it was that one or this one during that time, because our dad wanted to get one, and he's like, alright boys, what are we going to do? You get this one, and it come with Splinter Cell. The other one was obviously Halo, come with Halo, and we decided we'll get the Halo because we can both play, it's multiplayer, and we had so much fun with it, and it just sort of, comes in full circle. Now I have the see-through one, and I cannot wait, to get it going. I might just put it down now because I'm getting a little bit sore. Bear in mind, I had to take it apart. I can tell it was in a home where it wasn't being used quite often. It was just whacked away in storage. Found a few little critters wandering around. See, I don't give a shit about preserving the warranty and all that. I ripped it open, give it a good old clean, so hopefully all the buggy guts are out, and it works great. I did a test sort of play of a random game, and it looks fantastic. Cannot wait to start using it. And the PS2, my mindset was I'm not going to worry about PS2, but now because of the Retro Tink, I'm going to use the PS2. So the game library's opened up even more for me to start doing recordings on, and hopefully when I get the Elgato, like the new one, and the Retro Tink works to what I want, I don't need to worry about anything anymore with trying to capture things. Apart from, no, I can use the N64 with it as well. So look, I'm done. I don't need to buy anything anymore to sort of expand my library. It's like I bought the Sega flashback console. I got the Retron. I can do NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance. Oh, actually, I'm technically not done because I still need to do like the DS, but I don't think I'm gonna stress myself over doing that. I'm happy with what I got. I'm happy that the equipment I have to capture all this gameplay and do recordings on, and I'm a very happy gamer. Actually, I should add, hang on. See, I didn't get the see-through controller, but got a big dude controller with it. I'm a little bit. See, my hands are very small and stubby, but I think I can get used to it. See, because we got the Xbox like the small controllers, so hopefully I can get used to it. But I was pretty happy I got the big one anyway, because now I don't have to say, oh, I don't have the original kind of Xbox controller. Now I do. Just talking about the Xbox, if they ever get a PS2 special model, I'd probably get that as well. See, I'm always like I said, I'm a sucker for see-through things. See, it's kind of bad because, like I said, you can see when there's bugs in there. But I'll give it a clean. I used to take apart consoles many years ago, so it's not like I'm scared, to really open it up and take the shell out, give it a clean. I just wish I could be like that with my computer, so I can upgrade it. But yeah, if they ever get the retro store get a PS2, special edition console, I will probably grab that one as well. And it was kind of funny. I did say, they didn't have a price. It was that day they finally got it all cleaned up, and I'd seen it as I was getting my games all tilled up. I said, how much for that? How much for that? And the guy didn't know because they didn't actually price it yet. So then the workmate come back, and they're like, oh, he's interested. How much, is it? And I was like, oh, how much is it going to be? 200's my limit. I can't go over that. 160. There you go. Take it. And I went, give me that console right now. And I thought, you know what? I'm grabbing it. I want it. I like it. And funny enough, the guy got the phone call earlier because he was talking, like the owner, I think he was. He was talking, he goes, oh, were you the guy that rang earlier about it? And I'm like, no, I didn't ring. Apparently there was some guy asking for it as well. So, whether that's true, I don't know. But I don't care. I've got a see-through Xbox console now. I'm very happy. I probably shouldn't have kissed that. Alright, everyone, that's an end to this. I think quite a long vlog. You can tell I'm very, a very happy chappy right now. I've got a really cool console that I will be using. I'm not gonna, just whack it away on the shelf. I'm gonna try and use it to, the best that it can do. Now I've got a retro team to hopefully capture the footage off there, and my PS2, start playing, games that, in better quality now. Because it's been one of those things I've always had a battle with, trying to capture, some gameplay off a classic console, and it's like, oh, there's always a flaw. My one with the darkness problem, and then the one before that, it was like blurry, and I think the biggest problem was my Elgato just wasn't up to it. So yeah, hopefully when I get the new one, it fixes those issues. And yeah, I won't hold you up any longer. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all probably in a month or two with another vlog of this kind. And yeah, hopefully I'll beat some more games by then. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you later.